kitchen there, and seeing didn't turn up. Sitting above. Well, I watched it, you were right in him.
Yeah, the man turned up in November.
So they haven't, yeah, that's something.
I'm not here. Very good morning as well to Nick and Dave spending that holiday in Canada this weekend. Canadian? Very funny looking here. Nick had a very interesting day yesterday, well, again, was it wide, but hopefully, if you're going to get stuck by the ground and that was get it. Yeah, when your head. And that is a place to get stuck in. It is, yeah. I mean, do you rather get stuck by Taunton than or stuck in, I don't know, Taunton Town Centre? No, I'd rather than it. Exactly. So, very quick predictions. Don't say, what you think of.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come up onto the pitch, please. Your two teams, Taunton Town and your very own Gospel Borough.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Gospel Radio, where today we return back to the AI Stadium. Yes, we're finally back home for our first home game of 2026. It's Gospel Borough as we host Taunton Town. And let me tell you, there is a lot of changes from the side that beat Plymouth. In fact, there's 5 changes made from that side that won against Plymouth. Williams returns to defence as we also make 3 changes in midfield. Charlie Gunson and Kaya Shucker partner up with debutant Jordan Ngalo, who has recently signed from Salisbury. And 1 change also up top as Ethan Taylor starts, Trevor Cable out and on the bench.
So, tuning in here is the lineups for you. Firstly, for Gosport, Harry Black Ledger goal, Benny Reed, Charlie Gunson, Robert Shucker.
And so, for the first time in 2026, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Game time. Gosport Borough versus Taunton Town in the Pitching In Premier Division South this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming along, and please enjoy the game. Thank you.
Well, let me run you through both sets of teams in full, starting with the visitors. In goal, Frankie Phillips. 2, and their skipper, Niall Thompson. 3, Matt Carson. 5, Max Hill. 6, Jamie Richards. 7, Jack Rice. 8, Tom Purrington. 10, Owen Brain. 11, Calvin Kalala. 18, Scott Robinson. And 20, Alfie Molden. As for Gosport Borough, it's Henry Blackledge who starts in goal. 2, Benny Reed. Our skipper, Rory Williams, wears number 3. Charlie Vasmer in number 6. Number 10, Charlie Gunson. 14, Kaya Shucker. 16, and a debutant, Jordan Ngalo, recently signing from National League Southside Salisbury. 18, Luke Cook. 19, Hisham Kasamu. 20, Michael Fernandez. And 25, and leading the line today, Ethan Taylor. The 2 teams all out now. Gosport Borough shooting from my right to left. And to be fair, Taunton in their away strip shooting from my left to right. Jeremy, first game of 2026 home-wise. It's great to be back.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, listeners. And yeah, welcome to the AR, our first home game of 2026. Very belatedly, I have to say. And after today, we've got another 2.5 weeks before the next one. So it's been a bit sparse, but yeah, it's lovely to be back. And a very interesting fixture we've got on our hands here today. And Taunton, always a challenging proposition. It doesn't matter at what time of season you play them, it's always going to be a challenging proposition.
Well, we're just waiting for the game to get underway here at the AI Stadium. It's Rice in the middle.
Not quite sure what's going on out there, actually. Oh, here we go.
Well, the game, a little bit of a false kick-off, and now the game is finally underway here at the AI Stadium. It was Jack Rice kicking us off. Well, Jeremy, what do you think we can expect from the visitors today in this one?
A team, I think, who are under a new management, and suddenly they will hope they're on an upward curve. It's been a bit of an interesting season down in Somerset as far as Taunton is concerned. Recently had a management change with Richard Luffner leaving the club, and they brought in the vastly experienced Gary Johnson. So who's been there and done it with a lot of clubs and managed at a high standard. So they will hope that they can sort of progress away from the bottom of the table, as Hammond have done in recent weeks. And already, look, they've got a set piece.
In which they do, just about to be taken. It's a deep one, hanging in towards the back post. It's headed behind and into the goals, fortunately, of Henry Blackledge, looking to quickly get it going back up the field again. Drop kicks it forward. and narrowly evades the head of number 19, Casimir, on the far side. And Jeremy, 2 new players since we last did the commentary, Casimir and Ingalo. What do you think we can expect from them today?
Nigalo's a vastly experienced player, and he's certainly done the rounds. He's been with Glenn Howell's previous clubs such as Taunton and Dorchester, and recently Salisbury, free kick given to Taunton there, a little bit of a clip from Gunson there on the number 8 Harrington. So I think he'll bring a lot of experience to the midfield, and also the fact we have injuries to Tarbuck, and who's the other lad out at the moment? Remind me?
Ben Greenwood.
Ben Greenwood, yeah. So we've got a bit of a hole in midfield that needs filling.
Well, let's hope they can do the job today. Obviously, 5 changes made from the side that went away to Plymouth and won the 3 points. Going back, though, to this game, a free kick taken on the halfway line, drilled into the Gosport box, but it's been well dealt with by Charlie Vasmer, hitting it back up the field, chased down by Thompson, who goes back into goalkeeper Phillips. Phillips, on loan from Exeter City, managed to get to the Southern League Division 1 playoff final last season. And I'm pretty sure he managed to keep 23 clean sheets last season. So despite being a young player, quite experienced around this level. Well, Benny Reid looking to take it from his own box into the right-hand side. And now Michael Fernandez, he got 2 goals last week, storming down this right-hand channel in a lot of space, roaming forward. Can he get his pass across? No, it's well defended by the visitors on the far side. They just dealt with it pretty well there, Jeremy.
Yeah, good defending there from Taunton, but Fernandez, it's a typical trademark run from him down the right-hand side, and when he's on his game, then very few teams can sort of know what to do with him. But it's early days, we can't sort of say he's on a blinder yet, only played 3 minutes, but so that shows a statement of intent from him. Though.
Taunton looking to come down this right-hand side through Rice, up against Kaya Shocker. He goes outside of Shocker, keeps it in this right-hand patch. It's been well defended, though, by Gosport. Cook doing their defensive lines and trying to hit into Casimir. It evades the head of the striker, and it can't be won by Ethan Taylor. As the ball's being recovered by Taunton in the centre of the park. 3 minutes gone here at the AI Stadium. You're listening to Gosport Radio. It is Gosport 0, Taunton 0. Taunton with the possession in the far side. And Jeremy, going back to last week's game against Plymouth, it's always such a hard place to go, Belito Park. So to win, get the 3 points, that is crucial for us.
Yes, I've always said that the journey down to Plymouth is worth a 2-0 lead for them. We'll come back to that, shall we, James?
Yeah, Sprain with a storming run forward for the visitors. He's got Rice coming behind him. He goes for Rice, and Rice blasts his shot just over the Gosport bar. That is the first opportunity of the game. Just over, though, from the Taunton man.
You can make any joke you want about parking the bus, but when you actually whack the ball over it, you really miss by some distance. But to be fair, though, it's a little bit, being serious, it's a little bit too easy for me, the way Taunton stopped the opening there. If he'd got that on target, that could have been quite serious for Gosport. But, yeah, the first chance of any description of the afternoon.
Gosport have possession back after the shot was blasted over the Gosport bar. Casimir, centre of the Gosport half. Now Charlie Gunson, one of the many changes made from that Plymouth win.
Yes, let's go back to that while there's not a lot going on out on the pitch. I've always said that journey to Plymouth is worth a 2-0 lead for the home side, because for some teams it is quite literally miles away. So to go there, we've never traditionally done that well down there. The pitch is not great down there. They're traditionally tough to beat on their own ground, so to go there and get that result was fantastic.
Ethan Taylor rushing a lovely through. It's chased down by Casimir, who lines up a shot. Oh, it's excellently saved by Phillips. It was a good run, though, from Casimir through on goal. It forced a good stop from Phillips, who parries it out for a corner.
That was an excellent reflex save there from Frankie Phillips. Didn't have a lot of chance to react, but what he did do, he did very, very well, as that was going in. And he's kept the scoreline at 0-0 there. Brilliant goalkeeping from him. Well done. Gosport with the corner then from the left. Let's see what they can do with it. It's one for Benny Reid to swing in, I think. And Gosport bringing the big guns up into play, including Charlie Wasmer. Let's see what they can do with it. Here it comes. It's in towards that far post. The keeper has just driven in the far post.
It's finished by Casimir. The man who won the Gosport corner after being played through on goal has redeemed himself. There at the back post to stab it home for Gosport and retake the lead within 5 minutes.
Definitely the 19th.
Hisham Casimir with his first goal in his new colours.
Ladies and gentlemen, the opening goal of the afternoon goes to Gosport after 6 minutes. The scorer, number 19, Hisham Kasimu.
Jeremy, his first goal for Gosport, he was the man who won the Gosport corner, and there at the back post, striker instincts, exactly what you want from your striker.
Yeah, wow. Who saw that coming? Certainly. The goalkeeper did well initially to palm it away. The corner was just sort of arcing in at the far post. And there was Casimir who just drove it in from a difficult angle. So a brilliant striker's finish. And Gosport have the lead after 6. That's a fantastic start for Borough. Not the one that Taunton would have wanted, but really we've had sort of such a scarcity of chances that really that sort of came from nowhere almost. But Gosport will take it. From the restart, Taunton have pushed forward and they have a free kick that's been taken quickly. Kalala here with the cross from the right-hand side, and it's an easy clearance for Charlie Wassmer. But James is just updating social media, so you've got me for the moment. At the moment, then, it will be a throw to Taunton, just in front of the home dugout, taken by Malden. Drop back to Niall Thompson, the experienced Niall Thompson, the journeyman who has been around a lot of West Country clubs and has done well wherever he's been. Taunton just trying to build through the midfield here. That's a smart ball out to Kalala on the right-hand side. He's proving to be a bit of a tricky customer. Brings it back inside to Malden. Malden just trying to slip the ball through. Just couldn't unlock the Gosport defence with that one. But Borough trying to break out. Taunton go again. And they're just trying to find that killer pass that will unlock the Gosport defence. And yet they've not quite managed it. And Taunton's still in possession here, but not for much longer. It's out for a throw, but they do win that throw. So it must have taken a nick off the sock there of Casimir, the goal scorer. Gosport leading by a goal to nil after 6 if you have just joined us. So Thompson again in possession for Taunton, just drilling that ball forward. Unfortunately, there's a collision there from Rory Williams, and it is definitely a foul. Robinson, the player, fouled. We know that Rory Williams can be a bit gung-ho with his chances sometimes. Just a little slow that time. What does mean, of course, is that Taunton have now a free kick in a really interesting position to the wide right of the penalty area, about 10 yards away from it, lining up almost with the corner of that penalty area.
Well, they've already had a free kick in a similar position in this game. They couldn't make that one count from anything. Can they make this one count on 8 minutes? You're listening to Gosport Radio. Gosport leading by goal, scored from Casimir. And how do Taunton respond? Can they respond from this set piece? It is Rice and Malden over this set piece. Malden takes it. It's a swinging one, a sweeping one, which will be driven out for a Gosport goal kick.
Yeah, that one was a bit disappointing as far. He'll be disappointed with that. Not the best one in the world, but the intent was there. He wanted to try and swing it round towards the penalty spot. Didn't quite come off for him, but that will not be their last chance. So, yeah, Gosport had a bit of a free ride with that one.
Well, Jeremy, I spoke to Mark Summerhill after our win against Plymouth, and we spoke on Casimir. We both agreed that he looked a little bit rusty in parts, and it was just about giving him time. Getting that first goal will give him a world of confidence. Do you think that could be the case now and him really thriving here at Gosport?
Yes, he'll take a lot from that, certainly. He'll take a lot from that. And a fine finish. I mean, arguably, he was only denied by some fantastic goalkeeping in the first instance. But yeah, it was a real striker's finish at that far post. The angle was difficult. Let's not forget that. And to sort of drive it in from that angle, that's a hallmark of a good striker.
Well, Gosport leading through that goal on 9 minutes. Taunton with a thrown on the far side, thrown into Malden on the centre circle. And now they're coming forward in numbers of visitors. The ball floated into the right-hand channel. It's being picked up by Kalala, right of the penalty box. He drives in across, and it narrowly avoids the man in the middle for Taunton. But that could have been deadly there for Taunton, Jeremy.
Yeah, that could have gone very differently there than it actually did.
And they're on their attack at the moment, but this one's been well dealt with by Charlie Wassmer, taking it to the Gosport byline before chipping it over, chased down by our new signing, Ngalo, before eventually returning back into Taunton possession. The pool bin balling really between the two sides before eventually it goes into the gloves of our goalkeeper, Henry Blackledge.
Yeah, a little bit of, for me to use, sort of football there, possession being won and surrendered from both sides there. But yeah, Taunton, they sort of responded well to the setback of going a goal behind, and they're just going to keep knocking at the door, banging on the door and just probing and looking. I think if they get one of those real killer passes exactly right, then I think Gosport are going to be in a spot above it. because they've had a couple of goes at it. And
Yeah.
it's not been too far wrong, to be honest.
Luke Cook coming down this left-hand channel, escapes past his man. Michael Fernandez inside the box. He doesn't go down. He's run well there. Still on the byline before being tackled. Doing well enough, though, to win Gosport a corner. And that quick feet, Jeremy, is what he's so great at.
Yes, Fernandez, when he's on form, like I said a little earlier in the commentary, when he's on his game, no one can do anything with him. Taunton will remember that from the reverse fixture, James, because, of course, it was his influence that swung that game around in Gosport's favour back at Taunton when they last played.
Was key that day. Can he be key today? The corner comes in. It's not a bad corner. It's floated towards the back post once again. Gosport are appealing. It should have been another corner.
Yeah, our Taunton colleagues seem to think it might have been a corner, but for me, it was difficult to see in the flash that the ball took to sort of disappear wide. It was I want to call, but the referee seems to think it was a goal kick, so that's what we get.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's gone Taunton's way with the goal kick. Phillips taking it for the visitors. And Jeremy, yet to really see too much of a retaliation from Taunton, but they've certainly got the players in order to get that comeback going.
Yeah, I mean, like I've said 1,000 times, regular listeners to this broadcast will know, I don't think there's any mugs in this division at all. I mean, the Boxing Day results absolutely proved it beyond all doubt. Because Tiverton, bottom of the league by a country mile, beat Taunton in the local derby, and all the teams that weren't supposed to win on Boxing Day did. So you can never rule anybody out in this division. So doesn't matter who you're playing on any given Saturday, it's going to be a hard game for you.
Well, I think less said about Boxing Day for Gosport, the better.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about us. No, I wasn't talking about us, but Havant are a case in point. Struggling in the first quarter of the season, they are absolutely flying now.
On the note of Havant, I'll have to try and get you some scores from the Southern League in a minute. But the ball currently being pinballed once again between the two sides. Before one of the Taunton coaches just nonchalantly caught the cross there from Ingalo as it went out for a Taunton throw-in. And I think there could be some big games in the Southern League actually to go.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other games are today. But Havant Gloucester's always a good one. Havant Gloucester's always a good one.
Well, ball floated over the Taunton back line. It's gone into Ethan Taylor and it's open in front of goal. It just took way too long there.
Too long.
I think he was hoping for the foul after Casimir went down. But that is the case. They played to the whistle.
I think he wanted to on the ball there and didn't get it. And but Taunton now counter-attacking.
Amazing.
And while James is looking, let's keep an eye on this. But Taunton still pushing, still probing, still looking. Malden in the area now. It's just ball out and the ball dribbling in, but it goes out of the corner off the shin of Charlie Wassmer. So Taunton now has the corner from the left-hand side, James.
Well, I'll run you through those scores in a minute and you'll want to hear out for one of them. It's a big score. The corner in towards the near post.
Come on then, let's have it.
You want to hear the shocking
Go on then, let's have it.
League leaders Walton and Hersham are trailing to Weymouth inside the relegation zone.
Early days.
Gosport on the attack at the moment. Luke Cook looking still possession.
Oh my God, it's 2-0.
But I was going to say, it's a 2-goal cushion. It's a good advantage.
Wow. And there you go. Does that not just prove my point a few minutes ago? You cannot be sure of anything.
Well, if the scores stay the way they do, Weymouth do climb out of the relegation zone if they can hang on to 3 points there. But like you said, very early days.
Very early. And Walton have dug themselves out of the hole more times than I care to remember this season.
Yeah.
And that's the hallmark of a team that's probably going to win the league championship. But yeah, fair play to Weymouth. That's a good start for them. Really encouraging scoreline. They've had a season to absolutely forget down there. So
I'll tell you what, that could be another interesting game as well. Bracknell Sholing. Well, back to this game. Luke Cook looking to get possession left of the 18-yard box, just by the byline. He's got Kaya Shucker next to him. He goes for that option. Kaya Shucker going side of his man before returning the pass back to Luke Cook. Luke Cook into Charlie Gunson, 20 yards out. Gunson dispossessed and Taunton recovered possession. Moulding coming forward for the visitors. And Michael Fernandez catching his man lacking right of the penalty box. Can he keep the possession in? He's appealing. He should have won a free kick.
no,
Nothing's given.
Was never.
It was tenacious though from Fernandez to try and keep it in.
Well, that's the word I'd use to describe him as a player. But yeah, absolutely nothing doing there for me.
Well, Taunton have possession now. 15 minutes played on the clock. It is Gosport 1, Taunton 0. Gosport taking the lead through the striker Casimu's first Gosport goal. Kaya Shocker, midway inside the Peacocks' half, back into skipper Rory Williams, with so much experience to his name. But he's brushed off the ball, and Robertson now coming forward for the Peacocks, looking to square it into Rain. Rain, open it for his side. It's a great save from Blackledge. Quite right. It's another save by Blackledge, and he goes on to make another save. Henry Blackledge, that is fantastic bit of goalkeeping there. He didn't deny once, he didn't deny 2 shots, but he denied 3 opportunities there from the visitors. That's what you want from your goalkeeper.
Right, well, that's 2 bits of outstanding goalkeeping we've seen so far this afternoon, one at either end. That was a world-class triple save from Blackledge. Without Gosport having him to do that, that would have been 1 apiece. And the frustration on display there from the Taunton perspective. But to be fair, that should have really been 1 apiece. But for some fantastic goalkeeping, and I don't use the word world-class or the expression world-class lightly, but that was truly it.
It'll make the highlights package.
Oh, you can say that.
Yeah, but from Taunton's perspective, they should feel that should have been 1 apiece.
But
But never mind. On we go. The game is still early. We're still a long way away from the end. Taunton still pushing, still having a look and seeing what they can do moving forward. Williams, just a little think out of defence, just looking for Taylor. Taylor's fouled there by yeah, Rice, I think, with the foul there for Taunton. But Gosport with free kick just inside the centre circle in their own half here. Williams just casually walks up to take it, has a little casual look, and Rory, this is his style, casual but effective. And how? But Gosport just keeping ball at the moment, rather than being too adventurous from the set piece, they just get ball. And the ball now sort of retreating back into their own ball, James.
Rory Williams with his pink boots, trying to do a free ball, but in the end it's well cut out by Richards. And now Taunton looking to counter through Malden. Had a lot of possession, but yet to really do anything so far, the number 20. And now 18 minutes played on the clock. It is Gosport still leading by that 0-0, scored by Casimu. Taunton coming down the left-hand side, through Robinson. Now Rice.
Rice down the left-hand side. Thank you,
He's
Bill.
brought down to the floor by Michael Fernandez, and the referee waves for a Taunton free kick on the far side. Free kick for you, Jeremy?
Yeah. One word. Yeah, definitely. But to be fair, it's another chance for Taunton to sort of engineer something. Interesting position again, because from this point they've got a really good opportunity to swing a really nice quality delivery and put Gosport under some difficulty.
Well, that is how Gosport broke the deadlock in this game through a set piece. But Taunton goes short over this free kick. It's not a great one. Looking to find Malden, but it's been well cut out by Michael Fernandez, who is also brought to the floor and wins Gosport the free kick, fully averting the Taunton danger there.
Just left scratching my head by that a little bit, as I'm sure our Taunton colleagues are, who sat to our left. Rather than just pinging that into the box, he tried to play it short and it went straight to the feet of the Gosport Borough defender. So, yeah, that's how not to do it at home, kids. But, yeah, Taunton will feel that's a bit of a waste.
Well, Gosport goal kick gone back
Our
into...
Taunton colleagues is only a bit. Yeah.
Well, Gosport recovering possession on the far side. Casimu, the goal scorer in this one, into Michael Fernandez on the touchline. Fernandez running backwards, having to pass into Benny Reid, who lofts it over the midfield. And it's recovered by Ethan Taylor. Gunson in the centre circle. Williams brushing the pass into Luke Cook down his left-hand side. He's got Kaya Shucker on the overlap, but Luke Cook turns his man, goes alone, edge of the box, chips in the ball, and it goes straight into Phillips. It was all good, that run from Luke Cook.
The idea was
find the cross.
The idea was there, but it didn't quite work for him. But yeah, the run down the left was good, and yeah, the final pass a little bit lacking, but the idea was definitely there.
Well, Casimu is holding his stomach. I didn't really see what went on there.
No, me either. Let's hope he's okay. The physio is ready to go and see him. What's the referee seen here? Because he's looking it down the pitch and keeps looking over at the dugouts, but no, nothing. It's just maybe me being a bit over-observant, but the fact that the referee, Dan Austin, kept looking across at the dugouts for some reason.
Well, Brain lifting the ball over the Gosport defence, and it was Benny Reid with a little bit of a risky header there. He nodded backwards, but Henry Blackledge was coming out to claim it.
high risk header, because if that had been a foot either side of the goalkeeper, that would have been calamity. But again, in the end, you have to say it was effective because it did what it was intended to do. But yeah, there was some risk to that.
Charlie Vasmer winning his aerial duel and nodding it forward into Ethan Taylor inside the centre circle. He's got Ngalo behind him, and he goes for that option. The former Salisbury man passes back into Rory Williams, and Williams goes across into Charlie Vasmer. It's still inside the gospel box over here. Vasmer just looking to evade the Taunton forwards. Kaya Shucker on the near touchline into Luke Cook. Cook looking to turn his man, but in the end dispossessed, and now Taunton coming down this right hand side through Brain. Brain right in the penalty box, dispossessed well by Luke Cook, doing his defensive duties, and now looking to take it down the other end of the pitch, but his pass is dispossessed by Thompson, the Taunton captain. In the end, Thompson runs it out of play for a Gosport throw-in, which will be taken by Kaya Shucker, I think. It's Kaya Shucker. And Kaya Shucker passes it into Rory Williams, and just a few 1-2s between the two before Rory Williams sideways pass into Charlie Vasmer. 22 minutes on the clock. It is Gosport leading by a goal to nil, and the ball being chased down by Benny Reid on the far side, just by the right corner flag. Michael Fernandez backheels it into Benny Reid. Benny Reid lays it into Casimir. Casimir here was the person to break the deadlock, and he's just found his second goal in this one. On fire, but you have to applaud the link-up play there between Benny Reid and Michael Fernandez. Again. Benny Reid inside the box, leading it for Casimir. Casimir relentless, blasting a shot past Phillips to cushion Gosport's advantage inside 22 minutes.
22 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, goals to Gosport on 22 minutes. The scorer, number 19, Isham Casimir.
Jeremy, let's just dissect that goal. Firstly, on the right-hand side, great link-up play between Benny Reid and Michael Fernandez. I thought it was intelligent from Benny Reid at first to leave it for Casimir, and then Casimir finishes it as well.
What's not to like about that little move? Because, again, you're absolutely right. Fernandez was aware of where Reid was, and then Reid was aware of where Casimir was, and the finish sublime. So 2-0 Gosport now. But two expert finishes from Casimir, to be fair. Feels a little harsh on Taunton, to be honest, because they've not come back at all. But Gosport had two really good chances, and they've both been taken with aplomb. So, yeah, I think it's what's not to like about that move, James. So, with James updating socials, I'll take you through the next minute or so. So, Blackledge with a long kick downfield. The target was Casimir, but a little loose, and it will end up back to Phillips, who just drives the ball back down towards the other end. Lusmer dominant in the air there, but the ball falls to the feet of Kalala for Taunton. He's making a driving run, a lovely driving run, but in the end, I'm not quite sure whether it was a pass or an attempted shot from distance, but it went to the feet of Blackledge, who has dealt with it, but the ball now has fallen to Thompson for Taunton. And Taunton recycle, and they go again. Taunton, of course, I think they've had their chances this afternoon, and I think really that's been the story of the game: chances taken and chances not taken. And that's really, for me, been the difference between the two. Taunton recycling once more. Thompson stitched the ball out to the near side. He's hit Purrington. The forward pass intercepted by Williams, and that caught Cook a little by surprise at Gosport there, so he won't keep the ball here. And two players make absolutely sure that Luke Cook doesn't keep it. Nagalo or Gosport. That's a brilliant challenge from the debutant here. And then he goes down, he's clipped. So it will be a free kick to Gosport. Nagalo just goes down. Something in nothing. Yes, it's a foul. Nothing more than that. But Gosport have the opportunity to do something from a free kick, probably about 35 yards out on the wide left. No, it's not. And it's going to be taken by Gunson. Now, how good is it to see him had a really big injury-affected season? The Gunson, the experienced figure that he is, good to see him back. Now, he's a free-kick taker, right-footed from a difficult angle on the left-hand side. Right-footed, it's sort of driven in towards that penalty spot and straight down the throat there of Frankie Phillips. So, nothing doing, James.
Well, now 25 minutes played of this game. It's Gosport leading by a brace, scored by Hasham Casimir. Hadn't scored up until this point, played 3 games already in his new colours. But this must have been what's considered a dream game for the striker.
Yes, for him to join a new club and then first home game he does this. Yeah, that's going to settle anybody down, isn't it? And what I like about him is that literally he doesn't think, he just does. And the two finishes were absolutely taken with some aplomb.
Oh, exactly that. I'm just hoping he can get a hat-trick now. Ethan Taylor storming forward, laying a great through ball into Michael Fernandez, looking to take it into the box. Fernandez just unlucky with the finish, slots it just wide. Yeah, so close to a Gosport third. Michael Fernandez through on goal, just can't finish off the opportunity, Jeremy.
Yeah, again, Fernandez pivotal there, but let's hope the keeper's okay. He's gone down, the referee's with him. Maybe the players collided because Fernandez, when he let the shot go, he then ran through. Obviously, yeah, I think maybe it looks as though his hand's taken a bit of a hit. But it looks as though he'd be able to play on, which is obviously what we want to see.
Well, I'll try and get you some of the scores from the Southern League now. I don't think many games would have seen as many goals as us. Actually, a surprising amount. Unfortunately, Sholing, they're leading by 2-0 away to Bracknell Town. Walton and Hersham have got a goal back against Weymouth, although Weymouth still leading in that one by 2 goals, 2-1. And in all the other Southern League games, Hanwell away to Tiverton also leading by 1-0. But the rest of the games all goalless in the Southern League.
I told you, didn't I? And I literally said it. You don't go 12 points clear of any division without digging yourself out of one or two holes. Walton have done it a few times this season, and I fancy them to do it again.
By Charlie Vasmer, a little bit risky there from the Gosport centre back, having to hit it behind himself and clearing it out for a Taunton throw-in on the far side, quickly taken by the Peacocks on the far side. It's being chased down by Michael Fernandez, the ball in play, and Michael Fernandez, like we said a few times, tenacious is definitely the word that's ringing with him today. He's been claiming all the Gosport balls back, and he even wins Gosport a throw-in on the far side. I'll tell you what, he really looks up for the battle today, Michael Fernandez. And now Benny Reid has a thrown on the far side, taken into Ethan Taylor before returning back to the right back, and he blasts it out of play, still on the far side, but this time inside the Peacock's half, taken by Carson. And now the Peacocks with possession on the far side, on the touchline. The high cross, evading the header of Rory Williams and Brain, cleared away by Kaya Shucker. And Casimir picking up possession inside the centre circle. Now Charlie Gunson in lots of space down this left-hand side. Gunson squaring it back into Ethan Taylor. And a sliding Ethan Taylor there, third, Jeremy.
Yes, they are. They've certainly pushed on since they've scored the first couple of goals, and they're now pushing on looking for another. And there's been some good attacking approach play. They're finishing a little lacking. But in fairness, you can't say that about Kashmir, can you? But yeah, it's good to see. But I think, to be fair, though, I only feel as Taunton, this has got the right brain on the right hand side of the fence. I was about to say Taunton only need a goal back to get a foothold, and then the complexion of this game changes. And they've got the quality out there to do that. Thompson on the right-hand side tries to drive across, and it's cut out immediately there by Kaya Shaka. But Taunton still sort of really pushing. They know that as well as Gosport, that if they score sort of now, between now and half-time, and the complexion of the game changes instantly. We've seen it so often this season already. I've said it and it's happened. Certainly Weymouth, amongst other games.
Corner for Taunton then with Jack Rice over this one.
Jack Rice for the corner.
Swing it in towards the far post.
But it goes literally across the face of goal. It looks as though there's been a collision between Blackledge and Williams.
Not at all showing anything.
Well, no, it's Gosport player on Gosport player, the collision there, so there was nothing doing. And now the game restarts in the midfield with Casimir. Fernandez now tries to bring the ball, and Taylor, who's literally just three players just taking to stop Ethan Taylor. James.
Well, and now the Peacocks coming forward in numbers. Moulding leading the line at the moment. He plays it right into Kalala. Kalala, right of the 18-yard box, up against Luke Cook and Kaya Shocker. Gets past his two men. Passes back into Thompson. Thompson with a hanging cross. It falls nicely to a Peacocks man, but the flag goes up for offside. It was a good move, though, from the visitors.
Yeah,
a little bit of encouragement.
And Thompson showing his quality there with that first time cross. It was just exquisite. And that's the sort of thing that Taunton have got to keep doing, keep plugging away. and hope that. And yes, he's a hugely experienced player. I see you've got his bio up on your screen there. I've been watching Niall Thompson coming here with various clubs down the years, Tiverton and Truro to name a couple. And vastly experienced player and always an absolute handful.
Oh, he showed his experience with that cross, just unlucky for it not to come off with it being flagged up for offside. You're listening to Gosport Radio, 31 minutes on the clock. It is Gosport leading by 2-0. Both goals scored by Hisham Kasimu. His first 2 goals in his new colours for Gosport. Now the visitors coming down the far side. Brain does well to escape past his man. Pulls back a pass, but in the end, a deflection carries it out for Peacock's corner on the far side. It was a thriving run there from Brain and does well enough to win his side of the corner.
I'd like to.
I just wonder if they can make it count in 31 minutes. Taunton looking to get a goal back in this game.
And it's going to be Rice to take this one on the far side this time round.
Rice for the visitors. Swings it in towards the near post, headed away by Kaya Shocker. And the clearance finds Michael Fernandez. But he's dispossessed on the edge of the box. Shot. Crossbar. It's nicely to Brady, who looks to spare it back into the 6-yard box. This one's played away by Charlie Bassler. That was close though from the visitors. And now Gosport actually looking to counter down the other end of the pitch. Kasimu with a little bit of a heavy through ball. It can't find a runner of Luke Cook. Instead, well picked up by Thompson, who plays it back into goalkeeper Phillips. That was certainly an opportunity though from Taunton.
Yeah, that was unlucky. Really unlucky, because a foot to the left, that was into that top right-hand corner, wasn't it? They'll be cursing their luck there, Taunton, with that one. But it just reminds Gosport this is far from a done deal.
Carson with a high hit cross and it forces Blackledge there to tip it over. The cross was just dipping towards that Gosport goal. It needed intervention there from Henry Blackledge, and he does well to tip it over and out for another corner.
It just shows you, doesn't it? If you cannot rest on your laurels just for a second, that's 2 really good chances for the Peacocks there in quick succession. And again, they can count themselves really unlucky. Again, the post, and then excellent goalkeeping once more. That could have been 2 goals.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is real end-to-end stuff. I'm sure everyone in the AI Stadium is enjoying this
It's been
one.
good entertainment, to be fair.
Well, it's Rice with the corner. Can they be just as productive
More
as
so
the previous
through
one was? Yeah. And that corner is pretty horrific. Didn't even hit the first man. It didn't even hit the pitch, actually.
He'll be disappointed with that. But in fairness, though, I think if you're more of a neutral fan this afternoon, you say this has been good entertainment. Because Taunton won't agree. But Gosport, they've taken the 2 real good chances they've had coming their way. And that remains, to me, the difference between the 2 sides. Those 2 expertly taken finishes.
It's funny you mention that, because so much of this season in particular, that's been one of the biggest questions to the managers. Why haven't we been ruthless in front of goal? And there's been points where we've been quite toothless. Do you think with the signing of Kasimu now, it helped fix
He's
it?
prolific.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly in the first 20 minutes, he's been prolific.
Well, Kasimu, speaking of the man, looking to play a through ball into Fernandez. This one's well covered there by Richards. And now Taunton looking to come down the left-hand side through Rice. Rice plays it centre into Brain. Brain with a great through ball to Kalala. Kalala cuts inside of his man, going for a low-driven shot. Just couldn't get the power behind the shot. Straight at Blackledge. But to be fair, I think Kaya Shocker put enough pressure on him to fold. Yeah. Yeah, good tracking back there from Kaya Shocker, who's playing a more unorthodox style today, left-back role. Used to play in more centre midfield, but I think he's done well in the left back today, Shocker.
Yeah, he has, and because he's only recently come back to the team, remember?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done a job. Obviously, injuries and suspensions mean that Gosport have had to reshuffle back with no Morrison, for example.
Yeah.
And
Robinson going to try and get in there on the.
and then you've got the injuries to the 2 midfielders as well. So yeah, Glenn's had to shuffle the pack. And sometimes you have to play in a slightly uncomfortable position.
Charlie Basma with a high hanging ball. Can't find Michael Fernandez, although he looked to drop his shoulder and get past the defence. It's well picked out there by Taunton. Charlie Basma, I'm not sure he meant to win that, but in the end won it. Just in the centre of the park, and great football from debutant Ngalo. Manages to work it left into Luke Cook. He has Kai Shaka arriving on the overlap, but Luke Cook goes alone. 25 yards out. Ngalo And Gosport number 16 just dispossessed, wanted to do a little bit too much there. And now Taunton looking to counter in numbers. Molden, he's got Brain in front of him, chooses that option. But Rory Williams using his brace, a veteran, but yeah, showed his experience once again there. But Brain gets past his man after winning possession for the Peacocks. Brain drives in across. Once again, it's well gathered by Henry Blackledge. I must say, the Luton loanee, he's done great things since coming in that Gosport.
Been very steady. He's been a calming influence, hasn't he? And today, for example, that triple save he pulled off about 10 minutes ago, wow, you can't argue with that. That was absolute class from him.
Luke Cook with a pass into Michael Fernandez on this left-hand side. Fernandez not with the greatest of passes as it returns back into Taunton possession. And now they're starting to counter through Rice in the centre circle. He's got Kalala right of him. Kalala with two Gosport players beside him. Kalala goes back into Molden. Molden brushing a pass across into Richards. And now Purrington for the visitors. Purrington asking for the ball back after passing it into Carson, but Carson's going to cut inside. And Gosport players chasing them all down, really, before Ngala eventually wins Gosport possession back. And now Luke Cook coming forward for Gosport, looking to dink a ball for Casimir to run onto. But it's well cut out by Richards. And now the visitors have possession on this right-hand patch, midway inside the Gosport half. Brain just outside the 18-yard box, thinking a good ball into Rice. But once again, Henry Blackledge, great positioning from the Gosport keeper, allowing him to overturn possession and win it back for Gosport.
Yeah, some smart work again from Blackledge, and once again, it's that calming influence that Gosport need so badly.
Fernandez with a good through ball into Luke Cook. Luke Cook skips past Hill, takes it to the Gosport byline. Passing it back. Can it reach Ethan Taylor? No, it can't, unfortunately.
Ethan's not having the best afternoon there, is he?
No.
That was a very, very heavy touch there that took the ball away from him. But then you still wouldn't want to be without him.
But do you think it's Ethan Taylor just starting to warm up in a new position? As it looks like Casimir, he's sort of taken the old AFC Taunton strikers role.
Good ball played
Let's just
forward.
watch this.
Well, Rice, he's taken it to the byline, up against Ngalo, cuts back into Purrington. Purrington whipping in a deep cross, and the header slashed just across the face of goal. It was
I
close.
thought that was on its way. I thought that was on its way.
It sure looked like it was heading in towards the back post.
It seems to be one of those for Taunton so far.
We've got the force field out, sorry.
If you take it down, at least for a couple of tries.
Yeah, I thought that was going, to be fair, and yeah, sometimes you just get that feeling, don't you? But it's still a long way to go here, to be fair. You just need one moment and the whole thing changes. So Taunton won't get up hope. I think just get to half time and have a bit of a regroup and try and go from there.
Well, 39 minutes now played on the clock. It is Gosport leading by 2-0. Ngalo on the halfway line, back into Rory Williams. Williams, crossfield pass. Can it reach Ethan Taylor? Well brought down there by Ethan Taylor and back into Benny Reid. Reid, the man who got the second assist in this game, back into Charlie Vasmer. Corley brushing it sideways left into Rory Williams. And Williams left again into Kaya Shucker. Kaya Shucker's calling for support, in which he does get through Luke Cook. And Glenn House just congratulating Casimir there on his positioning. Must want to leave Casimir high up for the counter-attacks if we are to get any, but back in the Gosport goal defensively,
I'll tell you what,
risky
that was
playing.
highly risked. That was high risk. You can play out, but you're not when you've got a team that's pressing you like that. And again, there was yeah, I'm not. I have to question that decision making, but in fairness, they've got away with it. So we move on.
Well, there's been a few goals since we last checked in. Sholing have doubled their lead away to Bracknell Town through new player Tommy Lee Higgs. And Berkhamsted, they've had a player sent off against Basingstoke Town, and Poole Town have taken the lead at home to Yate Town through Slim Said, the former Farnborough man. Back to this game though, Taunton were looking to come down the right-hand side, well cut out by Rory Williams to deny Carlala. And now Luke Cook storming down this left-hand side with plenty of space to run into. Luke Cook looking to cut inside, edge of the box. Cook escapes past two men, goes for a shot, blasted into Thompson. And now Cook has to pass it back all the way into Ethan Taylor, still midway inside the Peacocks half. Gunson into Benny Reid on the far side.
Everything was perfect up until the end there, but you can't expect to try and do that to a player of of Thompson's experience and expect to get away with it.
Don't play it back inside.
Oh, a little bit of risky play on the far side. Phillips on his own byline outside of his goal, having to hack it forward. And it allows Gosport to overturn possession quite comfortably. Luke Cook down his left-hand side. He's got Kyle Shucker arriving behind him. Luke Cook loves to take on his man, and I would imagine he'll do the same here. This time he's dispossessed by Kalala, doing well defensively, the attacker. And Kalala simply taps it back into Thompson. Thompson's calling for support. He has to go all the way back into Phillips. Phillips was charged down by Casimir there, but Phillips still gets his clearance across. And ball all the way back into Benny Reid, who goes back into Henry Blackledge inside his own. And Blackledge's clearance finds ahead of Ethan Taylor. He just can't nod it on to Casimir, unfortunately.
Every time that we go forward, they're going to clear it every time they go forward.
Before eventually Rory Williams, midway inside his own half, wants it out for a Taunton throw-in, looking to be quickly taken by Thompson on the near side. Thompson into Moulding, still occupying that centre circle.
We've missed that for
Hill, back to goalkeeper Phillips. It's been chased down by Casimir, looking to pounce on the mistake, and nearly doing so there, Jeremy.
I think both goalkeepers are playing a high-risk strategy when it comes to clearing out and playing for the back. Like
Both very young goalkeepers.
Yeah, and of course that's what's in vogue at the moment. Yeah, you play out, you make those kinds of decisions, but at both ends we've seen risky decisions taken.
Well, Ethan Taylor looking to come down this right-hand side. The one from Michael Fernandez is coming down the centre of the Peacock's half.
Bit too easy to read for me there from Gosport and Hill. That's his bread and butter at the back there for Taunton. But here they go again.
Kalara getting a pass through into Moulding. Moulding looking to play it into Robinson. Robinson right of the 18-yard box up against Kyle Shucker and Luke Cook. He gets across into Rice. Rice edge of the box into Moulding. Moulding returns the pass back into Rice. Rice tries to sidestep his way past Kyle Shucker, instead passes back into Thompson. Thompson with a high hanging cross, and it goes over. And I think Henry Blackledge just cutted a little bit into the right post there when overlooking the cross.
Yeah, he did a little bit, but no, there's nothing, he's okay. But obviously every time a goalkeeper gets injured now, it takes you straight back to what happened to Hall earlier in the season. Yeah.
One must have gone 3-1 up in their game as well.
Well, that was a really serious. I can't quite remember the game that happened, but Wayne Hall should have been ruled out.
I just overheard our Taunton colleagues saying that Weymouth now 3-1 up against Walton, so that could be a hell of an upset down there.
Playing a false.
Well, I tell you what, I've said it, that Walton have dug themselves out of so many holes this season, but let's see if they can get out of this one. Because it looks like they're going into a bit of a canyon now, to be honest. But
to be fair, it's exactly what Weymouth would need, though. 3 points. Yeah, that's really struggled start since coming into the Southern Breast. And we're just awaiting the added time. There's just going to be the single additional minute added on.
Added time, 1 minute.
To be fair, I mean, that's probably the perfect amount of time. It's been a really clean flowing game in this one. So just the 1 minute added on for Gosport to defend our 2-goal advantage. Well, thrown out on the near side. I think they might have lost the ball. But Gosport just looking to kill those times. I think they'd be more than happy enough to go into the break leading by those 2-0.
I think the two dressing rooms would be very interesting places to be because I can't feel that Taunton have done that much wrong. Yeah, the finishing's been a little wayward, but at the end of the day, there's still been a real attacking threat here this afternoon. And really, if you look at it, it's only been those two really well taken goals from Casimir that has been the difference. So I don't think this is done yet, James.
They could definitely get a goal back before the break. Kalala, edge of the box, up against 3 Gosport men. He can't get his pass across, and it allows Casimir to overturn possession just outside his own goal. Ethan Taylor, great through ball into Benny Reid, running into space down this right-hand side. Yellow shirts all starting to arrive now in the Peacock's half. Ethan Taylor, midway inside the Taunton half, into Michael Fernandez, back into Ethan Taylor, the young striker, into Ngalo. And Ngalo looking to run it backwards. And Gosport really just taking their time, passing it round from the back. Charlie Gunson on the far side and on the touchline. Into Benny Reid, who excellently turns his man. but a little bit of a heavy touch allows it to turn into passing, and the referee has put the whistle to his mouth. As it finishes here at the AEO Stadium at half-time, Gosport leading by 2 goals to 0, both scored by Hisham Kasanak. It's been a great game for the striker, scoring his first 2 Gosport goals. And as said, we can now tell you and can confirm that Weymouth are indeed leading by 3 goals to 1 at home to Walton and Hersham. Evan Watt grabbing the latest for the Terrors. We'll be back for more second half coverage in a different stream. We'll be sharing that on our social media channels, so make sure to tune back for that. I will see you in a minute for more second half coverage.
Our next home game is on Wednesday, the 4th of February, when we entertain Gloucester kicking off at 7:45.